companies really are paying attention to social responsibility, and however we define it, and that's one of the big issues, is social responsibility can mean a myriad of different things to different people. So you might be focused on the environment, I might be focused on diversity, and somebody else might be focused on some other topic that we might think is not so important, like animal rights. For some people is their passion. So it's hard to say, oh, a company is great at corporate social responsibility overall, because you really have to look at what particular initiatives any one company is launching. But in terms of marketing, the movement is and should be toward marketing to people who are conscious of corporate social responsibility, both in a positive and a negative way. Now, we've seen the negative examples. So we saw Nike suffering, really having tremendous damage to its brand because of the sweatshops, or the alleged sweatshops that were used by its suppliers. We lived through that. We saw that there were boycotts, organized boycotts on campuses, including Penn's campus. And we know that that can happen. And we also have seen Nike turn around and really be able to be now at the forefront of corporate social responsibility, perhaps because of what happened to them earlier. But you have to think about the positive examples too. One of my favorite positive examples is the Dove campaign for real beauty. And as you probably know, this campaign, which was launched in the UK in 2004, is all about celebrating the fact that women come in various sizes and shapes, and we can celebrate our differences, that we don't all have to be size zeros. It's been a very popular campaign, and it's resonated with women. And this is what I think marketing has to be paying attention to, is that there are people who are really going to buy products based on the way that they think the company is treating the consumer. If they think that the company is treating the consumer with respect, they're going to buy the products. There is going to be some competitive space in terms of corporate social responsibility, and what will differentiate companies, in my opinion, is that the companies that are really able to show that corporate social responsibility is a core part of their strategy and that they're building on their key competencies. So we have pharmaceutical industry that we know that their mission is to alleviate suffering and save lives. And as much as they're able to build on that core mission versus we support the arts, or we support the opera, or we support the ballet, or whatever, I think that's what we're going to see, is that people are really going to be paying attention to the core mission. Consumers tend to punish companies more for misbehavior than they reward companies who are behaving well. So you can say that a company can do all the greatest things in the world. A firm can be paying attention to the rainforest, can be paying attention to the environment, and so forth, and that will draw some consumers. But as soon as there's a misstep, the company, the firm, is punished. And this is something that I've seen in the pharmaceutical industry, for example, where I did some research on what happened when pharmas were found to be engaged in deceptive marketing practices, and that I did an event study where it takes an effect on their stock price, and you can demonstrate it very dramatically, that this does make a difference. It makes a difference to market analysts, makes a difference to consumers. We know that people are changing the way that they think about products and the way that they think about companies, and to be able to play into that and capture that is important. All right, we've done it. We've engaged in corporate social responsibility. We think we're attracting more customers. We think we're attracting better employees, and we're keeping them longer. But how do we measure it? And that's really the challenge for the next few years. And it's happening, and there are measures being developed, but it's still difficult.